For being one of the most well-known and famous surrealist painters in the 20th century, Belgian artist René Magritte was extremely influential in defining the surrealism art movement as well as marking the beginning to the pop art movement. Many of his creations took everyday normal objects, put them in an unusual context, and rearranged them, thus forcing the viewer to take a deeper look at what was in front of them and at what the image truly represented. The art world was extremely influenced by his creative and unique ability to take something so ordinary and yet make viewers of his piece see something completely different. His work is known for challenging observers' preconditioned perception. Therefore, for being my personal favorite painter, I would choose René Magritte to be my art teacher. Charles Darwin was an English naturalist whose theory of evolution by natural selection in the 1800s became the foundation of modern evolutionary studies. His visits to the Galapagos Islands had helped him form his theory of natural selection.
It's natural selection.
Natural selection means each animal evolved to blend with its surroundings. Changes were involved.
Yes, they were involved, Charles! With weeks of careful observation of several island inhabitants, he wrote about his theories on evolution and natural selection in his book On the Origin of Species. When originally published, it received great rejection for going against the original belief that humans were just created. He formed his theories without taking into account religious dogma or other known philosophy of that time. I would choose Charles Darwin as my zoology teacher because he seems to really know his stuff about his animals. Leonhard Euler, in my opinion, was the most influential mathematician who ever lived. His notations and methods in many areas of mathematics are still in use to this day. He took advantage of fellow mathematician Isaac Newton's concepts and ideas and extended on them. Euler created modern-day trigonometry as well as various forms of calculus and algebra. He also contributed to many branches of physics, as well as making contributions in music theory, acoustics, optics, celestial motions, fluid dynamics, and mechanics. Important constant symbols in mathematics such as pi, e, I, and y were introduced or popularized by him along with the summation operation. Euler published 886 books and papers during his lifetime, many of which were published during the last 20 years of his life when he had completely lost his eyesight. Euler is regarded as one of the most brilliant arithmetic minds in history. I would therefore, of course, choose him to be my math teacher. Catherine de' Medici, from the renowned Medici family, was able to reign over France in the mid-16th century, ruling as regent for her son Henry. She played a significant role in starting the French Wars of Religion by arranging the St. Bartholomew's Day massacre, which was geniusly planned on her part. Over the course of a few days, France's most wealthy and prominent Huguenots were killed after they had gathered in Paris. She instigated this whole plot to eliminate opposition towards her rule and centralize her power. She was considered to be Machiavellian because she had the qualities and/or traits of a smart, cunning, and manipulative leader, believing that the ends justify the means. I believe that Catherine de' Medici would make a great political science teacher, for she has extensive knowledge on power, government, and politics. Leonardo da Vinci was a Renaissance man born in Italy in the mid-15th century. He grew up to be one of history's greatest, most intellectual, most influential individuals. He was an artist, musician, scientist, architect, engineer, and inventor. Not only had he created incredible works such as the Mona Lisa, The Last Supper, Da Vinci's Horse, and his anatomically correct sketches of the human body, he was most importantly an inventor. Though Da Vinci may be famous for his works as an artist, he spent more time working on his endeavors in technology. His notebook proved evidence that he had envisioned many ideas long before the tools to build them even existed. Da Vinci had a feverishly inventive imagination, designing weapons of war, flying machines, water systems, and work tools. He was a forerunner of ideas for our modern day, fabricating inventions such as his aerial screw, parachute, armored car, giant crossbow, revolving bridge, clock, and self-propelled cart. His inventive mind was far too advanced for his time. Because of these astonishing feats, I would have Leonardo da Vinci be my teacher for engineering inventions.